boys are going to bring the heat today.
As the leader of the Booner Pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juices pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff, Booner, and Lucas. It is Friday, June 20th. We are back for a Friday show, a jam-packed Friday show. Lots to get to today. We're debuting a new segment later. We got NFC North over-unders. Jared Goff got disrespected again. What's new?
Unbelievable.
We'll get to it all. Doc doing what the Doc does. It's just
Amazing.
Doc is a legend, dude.
Yeah, he's something else. He really is. I mean, he's we have him on the show. People get to see the character, the Doc, and just how incredible he is. But then you see him out and about in public at sporting events, and he's still the Doc. You know, it's still bless you.
I try to get to that mute button, boys.
There's an aura about the Doc. You think when you watch shows and you see him on different places, you think, hey, I have a feeling what the Doc is. No, you don't. Until you see the Doc in person and you get to actually be around him and meet him and listen to him, what you see on the shows in person, there's something different about that, man. I'll tell you what. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the triple XL shorts, cargo shorts. I don't know if it's just the aura, dude. Like there's something about the man, dude. There really is.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hang out. We're gonna hang out with him this week at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. He's always entertaining. He's just great to be around. And yesterday, Caleb, actually, great pull by him.
Unreal pull.
Great pull by Caleb. Catching the Doc. Not necessarily starting the chirp, but it seemed like he finished the chirp. You know, that's kind of what the video indicated. And the Pirates beat the Tigers.
I tell you what, this might be an all-time video.
Yeah,
It is.
I mean, the Tigers might have lost, but the Doc left with a victory.
Out of nowhere, Tommy Pham just comes up and says a fan screaming at him, and it's the Doc. The Doc's letting Tommy Pham know that he stands on business. Doc got the nice seats behind home plate, and he's just letting Tommy Pham have it. Love to see it, Doc. Never change. Absolute legend. Don Callis, he's coming over, and he said, hey, don't mess with the Doc. Tommy Pham, you do not want to mess with the Doc. It's only going to cause trouble. He's an absolute legend around these parts, but I don't know. Doc, never change. Hope you enjoyed the game. Wish they could have came out with a W.
The
Tigers are getting their asses kicked in extra innings, and out of nowhere, Tommy Pham just comes up and says a fan screaming at him, and it's the Doc.
Just this screenshot.
The beginning of it, of just being like, Tommy Pham's yelling at some fan, and then it just the camera just over to the Doc.
It's like, watch out, it's the Doc.
Getting their asses kicked in extra innings, and out of nowhere, Tommy Pham just comes up and says a fan screaming at him, and it's the Doc. The Doc's letting Tommy Pham know that he stands on business. Doc got the nice seats behind home plate, and he's just letting Tommy Pham have it. Love to see it, Doc. Never change. Absolute legend. Don Callis, he's coming over and he said, hey, don't mess with the Doc. Tommy Pham, you do not want to mess with the Doc. It's only going to cause trouble. He's an absolute legend around these parts.
He's an absolute
Mental warfare.
Oh, and he wasn't the one that originally, because I guess there was someone that got kicked out. The Doc confirmed it was not him that was the one that was saying stuff to get kicked out. But the words I hear from the Doc is someone else started it, got it kicked out. The Doc was chirping and finishing it. So he was letting Tommy Pham know, hey, you don't talk to our guys like that. The funniest part is Tommy Pham pointing at someone, and that point going directly over to the Doc, and the Doc pointing back at Tommy Pham. It looks like they're pointing at each other, and it's just perfect timing, dude.
Yeah, he's already basically a WWE character. Like that was the most WWE Doc I've ever seen.
Oh,
just fucking. You could and then Caleb narrating it. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! It's the Doc.
It's like hearing music do, 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 do. It's just the Doc just coming out.
Doc hops the fence, dude. I mean, he was there with his nephew, so
yeah. Well, we were doing the show. I had the game on my TV right here, and the Doc texts Jeff and I and goes, "This is where I'm sitting. Make sure you guys watch the broadcast. I'm right here." I said, "All right." I turned it on. I have it on while the show's going on, and I'm looking over, and every pitch when Doc knows the camera's on him. It's just he's just waving.
Every opportunity.
Oh, keys into the camera, waving to it. He was loving it, and that's sick though. He gets to take his nephew down there and do that with him. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, he's one of one, man. Shout out to the Doc. They got to start bringing that, man. He's got to be like he's got to be the super fan of the Tigers now, officially.
Tigers already have one, and the guy's electric. I can't switch it up with the Doc. The guy they have brings like 10 signs. And when they won last year to the playoffs, they brought him on the field. And you don't remember this guy, the Tiger super fan last year?
I'm sure.
Dude, one of the funniest guys of all time. He wears like wristbands. He's, I guess, a teacher in Metro Detroit. Has like a backwards hat, and he just yells, "Torque!" He has like 10 signs, dude. People in the chat, if someone has the video, drop it in the chat because, and they brought him on the field last year, and he's in literally all the pictures that the teams took to go to the playoffs. Like, you know how they take the pictures on the field? He's just in the front, like. It's hilarious. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, find a video. That's comedy.
It's now the Doc's time. It is now the Doc's time.
Changing of the guard, possibly.
I don't know. This guy's elite, man.
Yeah. How many has he pointed? Has him and another opposing player pointed at each other? That's what it seems like. That's what the Doc has right now going for him. I mean,
oh, this guy, dude. Oh my gosh, I think we could play the video.
Doc can be like Spike Lee. That's what he can be.
Yeah, I like that. This guy's Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, let's see this.
This is last year. I'm gonna turn it up.
The game ended, and a couple security guards were like, and I thought they wanted me to point my sign at the camera, but then there were like 5 security guards who were like, next thing I knew, I was out there.
You got him on the field. He has a jersey that says "Torque" on the back.
What?
We're gonna take the team.
This dude's juice.
In the team photo.
He's literally in the team photo from last year.
Get him in there. So then I know my role, so I figured I'd stay to the back. But they're like shoving me in the front. Like,
This guy is
This guy's a character. Josh Tebow.
Hey, you know what though? It's
Yeah.
not about me. It's about the team. And we ain't done. There's more work to do. The game ended.
Oh, dude, he is so elite,
He
man.
looks like
That's
Jesse
comedy,
from
bro.
Breaking Bad. He's got like
Great
a
He
shape.
does.
You can't take that away from that guy.
No, dude, this
You can't
guy
take
is
it away from him. That's
all
an identity
time.
tune out at this point.
And he goes to games, dude. I think he's almost at every game, and he doesn't just bring one sign. He had the famous sign, "Don't let the Tigers get hot." I think he might have been the one that started that saying, or maybe not, but he was the one that brought the sign, and it has like stickers all over it. And now he just brings like 10 different signs, and he just switches them out throughout every inning. When guys are, yeah, he's like the "Torque" one. He throws up there. He's just.
Yeah, that's
We'll give the Doc Spike Lee. That's our Timothy Chalamet though.
Well, the Doc, what the Doc did was, some would say was a little disrespectful for the right reasons, of course. And what that fan did, they got kicked out, probably very disrespectful.
Part of the game.
Nothing's
Grow
more
up.
disrespectful than the CBS Sports list for quarterbacks. Let's take a look at this. All right, CBS Sports came out with their top 10 quarterbacks entering this upcoming season. All right, and these are the quarterbacks.
Bro.
All right. Number 1, Mahomes. No one would probably disagree with that. Number
1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're good, right?
yes. Number 5, Herbert.
Okay,
Probably,
can deal
yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight you too much. 6, Matthew Stafford. 7, Dak Prescott.
Just out of nowhere.
8, Geno Smith. Now, mind you, I have not seen Jalen Hurts yet. So, Geno Smith over Jalen
I
Hurts.
haven't seen Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say, Jane
9,
Daniels.
Jordan Love. 10, CJ Stroud.
It's unbelievable.
I just off of where is this list coming from? I don't know where. Well, where's Geno Smith coming from? Geno Smith's a good quarterback. I have never seen Geno Smith on a top 10 quarterbacks graphic. I have not. I've yet to see that.
I think
I
you
don't-
take out, like, there's no reason you have Dak, Geno, and Jordan Love in there, and you don't have Jaden Daniels, you don't have
Baker Mayfield.
Jalen Hurts, and you don't have Jared Goff. I would take CJ Stroud off the top 10 right now, just based off of last year. I know he didn't have much around him. Baker had a better year, in my opinion, than him last year.
Yeah.
Like, entering this year, you're going, okay, if you're going into this year, you could argue CJ Stroud. But those three guys in front of him, the fact that CJ's behind those three guys, and like Jared Goff should be 7 or 8 on this list. Like, it should be like Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts. And then if you want to do CJ or Baker. But like the fact that Jared Goff was an MVP finalist and you're going, yeah, I just don't see him being in the top. That's so disrespectful, man. Like I there's like it comes to a point to where it's like you're just, I mean, Charles McDonald's, dude,
No way that's his name.
should be working at McDonald's at this point. No offense to McDonald's workers, but you shouldn't be working at Yahoo Sports writing these articles.
Why, you don't know Charles McDonald?
I have no clue who this guy is. Do you?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, is that like a Hall of Famer that I'm not familiar with?
Charles McDonald. I'm not familiar. And,
Not having Jared on there is ridiculous.
Yeah, Geno Smith, no way in hell. Jordan Love, no way in hell. CJ Stroud, I would probably put him just outside. Prescott, no, if you're going to put him on there, he should be 10. But Jared Goff's got to be in here. Baker's got to be in here. And that's probably the 8-9 spot. And then you leave it. And then honestly, the top 6 or even top 6 are fine. I don't hate the top 6. Jalen Hurts probably should be in this list too. I mean, let's be real.
100%. Just won a Super Bowl, and he's been literally been. He would have an MVP if he didn't get hurt 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and I don't know Charles McDonald. I think this is Yahoo, actually. Sorry, Yahoo, not CBS. Yahoo.
Oh yeah, it's Yahoo.com. Yep, Yahoo Sports.
My thing is, you're getting these rankings based off of what? Like, obviously, you guys talk about the top 6, however you want to order it, that's fine with me. If you're going off stats, none of these guys would be on there. If you're going off skill, why is Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts not on there to the point they were bringing up? And why is Geno Smith on here? If you're going off of resume, Jordan Love has 0. CJ Stroud, as good as he could be, has 0. Geno Smith has 0. Dak Prescott has some playoff appearances and I believe 2 playoff wins, but 0. It's just, there's no consistency in like where there's nothing here. There's nothing here to stand on, in my opinion, that you could say Geno Smith, Jordan Love, or Dak Prescott. What have they done to be top 10 quarterbacks, at least this year, going into this year? I could see Dak maybe a couple years ago, not now.
Wrong,
Yeah,
JT.
like, you very likely watch all these guys in depth and rank them based on that. Dude, I don't. Then what film he's watching and what probably 32 out of 32 NFL GMs are watching are different film.
If you watch the film, Jordan Love's not on there.
If you ask any GM in the National Football League, they wouldn't agree with this list. Geno Smith, no one's there might be. I'm not going to say no one. Majority would say he is not a top 10 quarterback. So I don't know. He would be the exception then. Charles McDonald saying that. Like, no one would say that. You know, I think he's like Lucas said, he's not bad. He's good, but top 10's ridiculous. Over Jalen Hurts, that's ridiculous. Over Jaden Daniels, that's ridiculous. Jared Goff, ridiculous. So I as much as I respect Charles McDonald, I don't know who he is, but hey, if he works for Yahoo, good for him, man. This list is trash. It's
to be honest, I think a good feel, like, and maybe this is just a weird thought process. I feel like to get a good feel on how GMs like what they think about quarterbacks, when you look at contracts, like if guys get contracts in like within the last year, you can easily see like, hey, where's their market value on how these teams respect their game, right? Geno got 37, I think, a year.
Yeah.
Jared Goff, what did he just get? Do you guys remember? What is it, 50?
50
Yeah, 55. Like that, there's a difference there. Like, hey, there's levels to this game. And Geno Smith and Jared Goff aren't on the same level, in my opinion. They're different. And I think GMs realize that when we're doing a contract, Geno Smith essentially gets the same contract or close contract as Sam Darnold got with the Seahawks. So that right there shows you instantly, okay, Maybe he's not the guy that you guys all think he is, or he would be getting 45. He would
Yeah.
get 45 at least. He's not even in 50. I mean, he's under 40 a year, and he just got an extension.
Well, speaking of disrespect, I want to say this. I might have disrespected the Pacers last night because they forced a game 7, and they put an absolute ass whooping on the Thunder. So the series just got a lot more interesting. I know Scott Foster's refereeing game 7, so take that however you want to take that. But the Pacers are battling right now. And now game 7's in OKC. Tyrese did not look like he was affected by the calf. I'll just say that. Did not look like he was affected by the calf.
20
Looks
minutes.
Which is crazy. I mean, he had a huge impact in like that amount of time. I mean, this game 7, I don't. It's anyone's game at this point. I mean, I think game 7s. You say what you want about the NBA and the NHL, but there's nothing better sometimes than game 7s.
Yep.
Just across sports, not just those two sports, but game 7 is incredible. So I would still go Thunder in OKC. But it seems like this series has been so unpredictable. Sometimes it's been kind of unentertaining, if I'm being honest, because of some of the games that it's been blowouts. Like, that sucks. Yeah, there's been 2 blowouts, I think, in the series.
Who were both of those teams that blew them out?
The
both
Pacers.
did that.
No, the
Pacers blew
Thunder
'em out.
actually won by a lot, too. There might be 3 blowouts.
I think the Pacers blew them out. All the blowouts were the Pacers. Let me see.
I thought I remembered.
Pacers win by 1. Well, I guess so. I guess the Pacers lost by 13. Then there's really hasn't been that many blowouts. I mean, I say a blowout was 20 plus. This is the first game of the series that's 20 plus. Am I crazy?
I don't know. I think there's, like, if you're looking at the stat or the final scores, like, you could say 15 isn't, but there's some games where you leave it and it's like, okay, the Pacers might have got 4 garbage time buckets here, but the game was never close. Like, I feel like it's not as bad as the Knicks series where it's like, or not the Knicks series, the Knicks series where it's like early on the Pacers were kind of not in control until that last second. And sometimes it's been like that with the Thunder, where the Thunder, when they've won these games, I feel like outside of, I believe, it's a game 3, no game 4, where they came back last second and were able to steal that away. I feel like the Thunder have had control in some of these games a little bit longer, but I get what you're saying as far as they haven't been at true blowouts, but one-sided, there's been a couple of those.
I think as long as the Pacers, I've said this all series long with this Pacers team, or even playoffs long, dude, if this Pacers team stays within 10 points and going into the fourth quarter, or like even 15, like, it's not dead yet. Like, if they're within 15 points and they're heading into the fourth, no matter on the road, at home, whatever, this Pacers team, they're always going to find a way to get back into it. And if they can finish down the stretch, then they win that game. I'm still rolling with the Pacers, to be honest, boys. I've been on, you guys know this, I've been on this Pacers train since the Pistons lost. I'm rolling with them until the end, literally until the last game of the season, until Sunday. I think they find a way to do it. I just, the best thing that happened to them as well this week was that in that blowout was Tyrese Halliburton didn't have to play essentially in the second half. Like, they're up 20-30 the whole time. Tyrese plays 20, 22 minutes or whatever it was, and he had his numbers, and he was able to literally sit for 2 quarters. And you know the crazy thing about it? Yeah, TJ, like, just different guys were just able to get in there, and it's like, hey, you're just able to get rest. Guys were able to get rest. Siakam played throughout the second half, but outside of that, other guys are able to sit down. Hey, any guys injured? We need you guys for Sunday. That calf, like, start treatment right now because we're going to need you on Sunday. So they were able to get that man starting on his treatment in the fourth quarter. If I was the Thunder, if I'm being completely honest, I know it was like a 20-point game. If I was the Thunder, I wouldn't have pulled my starters in the third, fourth. They did. They just pulled the starters randomly in the whole fourth quarter. I would have tried to at least push a comeback to make them play Tyrese. You know what I mean? Like, get him back out there.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do that. So I think that's going to end up being towards Indiana's way. And I think this Indiana team ends up finding a way. They just always find a way, man. When their backs are against the wall, They just find a way to guard SGA and shut down Jalen Williams and win the game.
Yeah, they did do a really good job. I mean, they held SGA to 21 points for SGA is really good for the Pacers. And they just no one else really performed for the Thunder. It was just they completely fell asleep right away. I mean, that second quarter, the Pacers scored 36 points, man. Like, and the Thunder scored 17. They only scored more than 20 points 2 quarters. Like, they just
they came out at halftime too, like
terrible.
Abysmal. I think it was like 7 minutes into the third quarter. Was Thunder's first
turning the ball over. Just, I mean, Shea had 8 turnovers. So
can I say something? This might be on unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna pull a flannel and say he's underrated because I think he's a very good basketball player. I hate watching SGA play basketball. It's like, in my opinion, dude, it might be the worst thing to watch of all time. Like, he can get a bucket, I'll tell you what. But you respect it. But to me, like, dude, some of those buckets, they were slowing him down last night. Some of his buckets, he gets. I'm not going to say he flops, but he gets a lot of foul calls, whether you would like to think so or not. And this guy doesn't get called for offensive fouls, nothing, and he pushes off so bad. Like, every single time, you could be like, "That's an offensive foul. That's an offensive foul." Oh, offensive foul. And they played like 3 or 4 of them last night on the broadcast, and they slowed him down. And it's just, this guy just goes in. And I used to hate playing against players, and when I played, that use their forearms, and they put their forearms into your chest or your neck and push off, and then they make it look like they're not doing it. And that's what SGA does, dude. And it's just like, I think he's a great player, and he deserves the MVP. But, dude, I just hate watching him. I hate players that play like that. It's just like, dude, like, at some point, is the ref going to call the offensive side? Because it is foul baiting to a point.
He doesn't, and someone already put in the chat, Shift God, and I was going to bring it up. It's like watching Harden, prime Harden. You know, like, Harden was averaging 30-plus points and winning MVP, but he was baiting to go to the free throw line. And personally, it's a little tricky for me because even prime Harden, like, as much as he would foul bait and get to the free throw line, I loved watching Harden, you know, and maybe.
Yeah, I like watching Harden more than SGA, dude. It's just SGA is just, there's something
Harden,
about it.
Was more crafty, like, especially creating.
Harden had a step back.
Yeah, like Shea. I like watching Shea. I think he's an incredible.
I don't think Shea has a bag that Harden had. Harden had a bag that no one. It was different.
He can score pretty much at will.
Shea just knows the angles, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to push off you to get this," and I know they're not going to call it, so I'm going to keep doing it, and that's how he's kind of made his living. It's a frustrating game to watch. Like, going to the basket, he gets this little Euro step that he goes through with his left hand, and he bumps into the guy, like, he leans into it, and then he goes up and he gets a foul call. It's like, dude, you can't call that. It is frustrating. Now I do see why some people are a little. It's part of the game, but
the reality is, when Shea gets when Shea gets 10 or more free throw attempts, or makes, when he's going to the free throw line 10 or more times, I think the stat is they're 3-0 in the finals. So,
and then reverse, obviously.
Yeah, when he gets less than 10 free throw attempts, they are 0-3. So
it's got to find a way to guard him, man. Keep him off the line tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, last night, like, he was 7 of 8. They lost by a lot.
Yep.
Game 1, he was 7 of 8. They lost. And then game 3, he was 5 of 6. They lost. But the in wins, 10 of 10, 13 of 14, 11 of 12. Like, when he's getting to the free throw line, they win. So yeah, I understand. I get that, though. I mean, watching guys foul bait can be frustrating. I'm never going to argue with anyone over why that's fun to watch. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I saw someone in there too.
Like, sometimes I wish Cade would learn how to do shit like that. You know?
Yeah, I think there's a difference too. Like, John Effing Lord put in the chat, like, LeBron does it. There's a difference, in my opinion. Like, there's a difference between, like, a big body player, like, in the post or, like, in down low, making contact, than there is to me, in my opinion, like a guard, like an ISO type of situation. Step in, push off, step back, hit a mid range, and the defender's looking around like, I just got hit in the face, as he wanted to call it. Like LeBron's is like short corner, high post, like that. I mean, these ones are just straight up, just hey, one-on-one ISO. I'm pushing off you to get open. I don't have a as deep enough bag like James Harden had to get open and create a shot. And he can create shots, but half of his shots that are created are off contact.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Game 7 Sunday, so we'll find out then. I want to see the numbers for this finals, like how many people are watching it, because I don't think it's been a very entertaining finals. If I'm being honest, I think there's moments I think that are. Really
I've been
great.
dialed, dude.
Yeah,
I've been dialed because I love the NBA, but I'm talking about for like a casual fan, like someone that maybe isn't an avid NBA guy. There's not anyone saying I gotta watch Thunder Pacers. I know for a fact.
I think it's opposite. I'm with Klotz, dude.
I think, I mean, outside of that, of last night, and then the game when OKC won by 13, that's 2 games. The other 3 is OKC coming back, Indiana coming back in game 1, and then another close game. So I don't know. I
think the storyline to Klotz of 2 teams that have never won a championship playing is just as markets, I think it's just like it's just as big of a deal as 2 teams that are going for their, the Lakers, big markets. I think like seeing the fact that's why I'm so intrigued with it. Neither team has ever won a championship. And I think there's a lot of even non-NBA fans that are a little interested in it.
Yeah, which is fair. I think just my opinion, I think for the casual fan, as much as Shea is well known in the basketball world, I don't think he's as he's not as a popular name as some other guys. And Tyrese kind of same thing. So maybe you're wrong. Maybe they do put out the numbers and they're like extremely high and people are watching them. I mean, I know for a fact when you get clips like this circling around social media, it makes people even more interested. I mean, what the fuck is Siakam doing?
Yeah, what is this, man?
What is this?
I don't know what that is.
No wonder they're going to win. They're going to win game 7, actually. If this dude's possessed, they're going to win game 7.
He was playing like, dude, that dunk that he had after the Tyrese no look.
He's doing the same flannel, dude.
It was, that is like flannel, like the fuck out. That's
come on, don't do flannel like that.
What I like too about the finals is that, especially this year, like you bring up SGA, yes, and then they got Jalen Williams, but I feel like it's very much a team, at least especially with Indiana, like it's a team basketball. Like, and it's not like 2 stars taking over when they need to. Like, yes, SGA, Jalen Williams, they can do those things. But consistently, like you're just watching multiple guys, like Obi Toppin dropped 20 last night. What? Why? Like,
don't disrespect Obi.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, you don't expect Obi Toppin to drop 20 points in the NBA Finals in Game 6, and you see this kind of with every night with Indiana, where it's another guy going off, and the same thing with the Thunder. Yes, SGA is gonna be going with him, but there's other guys that are just like Lou Dort going off in Game 1. Like, there's just different games where it's somebody else, but everybody on those teams, there's not a clear weakness. Like when the Lakers, when they were making a finals or making their runs, like there's a clear weakness with their bigs. When you look at both of these teams, it's just solid everywhere.
Yeah, it's like last year, like for example, like last year when the Celtics beat the Mavericks, you got Tatum, Brown, Luka, Kyrie. It's like Boston. It's the Celtics. Like, I guess there's, for me, I'm just trying to speak for the casual fan. I could be completely wrong. I think there'd be more like draw there, than Thunder Pacers. And it's like, like Klotz, I agree with what you're saying. It's like team basketball, but like, again, for the casual fan, you're like, I want to see Luka Doncic put the ball in the basket. You know what I mean?
Well, who cares if you're watching Luka get blown out by 20 points in the middle of the third quarter through, what was it, 5 games last year, 6 games?
I'm talking just from a marketing standpoint. Like, I want to tune in and watch Tatum versus Luka Doncic. I get to watch that, or Kyrie Irving.
You're watching it for 3 quarters, though. You're getting 7 games. You're getting 28 quarters, Hefe. That's where you're.
Yeah, I know the Game 7 argument's fair. I'm gonna be watching. It's on Sunday, so I'll be tuned in.
I think there is a world though where people like when the Curry and LeBron, I think everyone did like it, but it's like, hey man, we're seeing the same people. Like, we want to see some. I do think there's that side of the world too. I think you just said, Luke. I think you just wanted to see LeBron in the finals. I think that's all it comes down to.
He did say that Lakers were.
I didn't say nothing. They did get new ownership, so gonna spend a lot of
good ownership too. Yeah, Dodgers owner.
They're going to spend a lot of cash. I will tell you
Yeah.
that. But hey, before we move on here, I got to tell you about the sponsor of today's show, and that is our good friends over at Comer and Cross. So let me tell you about them. Get out of my way. Let me tell you about them. Comer and Cross and their 1-day installation for concrete floor coatings. Garages, basements, patios. It's the summer. You're going to get work done. You don't have to act like you're not going to, okay? And you're probably already tired of it, staring at your cracked, your stained garage floor. Or even worse, peeling epoxy or chipping paint, making your whole garage look bad. Well, right now, during Comer and Cross's summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months, same as cash, for $500 in savings. So why put it off, right? 12 months, same as cash, or $500 off. Call the number 248-834-3488. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, and even driveways, not just garages. And they move the stuff out for you. They'll repair your cracks and pits before applying a stunning new floor, guaranteed. So again, call the number 248-834-3488, 248-834-3488. Number's right above me. Or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com.
Check them out.
Shout out to them for sponsoring here. All right.
Dude, shout out Comer Cross, dude. I just saw the funniest video of all time. Can I play a video? I'm sorry, I don't want to steal the show, dude.
No, go ahead.
Oh my gosh, dude. Chris Castellani just posted this video. This might be the funniest fumble of all time. Hold on, let me share my screen. I would, if this happened to me, boys, I'll just tell you what, I probably would leave. Like, I would walk, my face would turn so red, and I would walk out so fast, dude. Have you seen this, Jeff?
No, I think it's play it though.
Oh, dude. I didn't expect what I saw, dude. I didn't expect what happened to happen.
Sorry.
Oh, it went everywhere. Oh no. Oh, dude.
That's so ass.
Who's that guy?
I don't know, but that's a tough look, man.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it either.
What a tough first impression.
Pick it up, but
Who is that guy? I don't know who that is.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're at the Fanatics things. It might be a guy that works for Michael Rubin or something. But do you just, that's like the worst first impression of all time, dude. Livy Dunn, like the biggest star in the world at the current moment, just dropping a Sprite all over her.
I've never watched someone fumble so quick. And not that he had a chance, but that's tough. That's a fumble. You drop a can of Sprite trying to talk to anybody.
I'm trying to think of like how awkward it would be to like move on from that in the conversation. Like just act like nothing happened. Like you try to be like, it's fine. We'll get in a second. It's like,
you
no,
know what,
dude.
You know what not that this is equal, but it's like it is kind of like when you're in a group or maybe someone, a buddy comes over and or maybe you're out to dinner, a buddy walks in, you're like, what's going on? You have your hand out. And like he doesn't, you just know the guy, or you give one of these, and then you do this, and then you,
or like, and all of this. But if imagine all this happened on camera, like live on camera or something, you're just like, oh, that just got filmed, or like going in for a dap up and then just completely missing hands.
That's another tough one. I've met people before, like out in public, and I'm a knuckle guy, so I give the knuckles. And there was one
I go in for a dap up. I go in like.
I'll dap up. It just depends.
Ain't a hug.
It just depends. The dap or it's the knuckles. Usually I'm not shaking like formal shaking hands unless it's, depending on the person. But if it's
mine's the dap and the hug, half hug.
Hey, if it's like, hey, bro, love the show. It's like, hey, appreciate you, bro. Or I'll dap him up, whatever. But then there was one time where there was one time where the handshake came out. So I stood there. I go, hey, man, nice, like formal handshake. But I already had the knuckle out. So I was like, this is at this moment, should I switch to the handshake knowing he could switch to the knuckle?
Can I give you advice?
And you know what I did? I switched to the handshake. He switched to the knuckle.
Yeah. Can I just give you advice?
Now
you always try and be the first one to it. As soon as you see the person or as soon as you just put out the dap right away. Just, hey, like, That's what I do. Just right away. I don't. I just come up with the dap, like put it up. So it's like they can't. There's no in between of the dap. It's just like you can't fist bump or hand. It's like, oh, you have to go. You're in now. You're in for one.
Yeah,
have to go.
Because the handshake, I don't like the handshake, like the formal one, because everyone has a different handshake, man. Like firm, soft. So if you go in and you go too hard and they're soft, you're like, oh no, I crushed his hand. Or vice versa. Or sometimes, have you guys ever had it where like an athlete? I've met an athlete, like athletes where you go shake their hand. They have like 4XL hands, and they like grab just your fingers, and they're like, and you're like, oh, I just got demoralized in front of him. that guy just took my manhood. So I just try and avoid handshakes like that unless it's like in a business setting at all costs. Just straight, let's keep this A.
The finger grab. That's
You've all had that, don't that? You guys definitely been like, I didn't get all the way in, and he's already squeezing. You're like, whoa, dude. Come on. Hey, are we mature? Are we mature? Are we mature?
Wow.
How old are we?
We are.
How old are we?
Hey,
This is a mature
no
show.
Diddy at least 3 times.
This is a mature show here. We said we were going to knock that off because we want to be serious.
You're right, but that one made me break.
No, that's insane. It's
not. That's that thing where Caleb is like, Caleb brought up a good point. He says, anything I say now, I have to think about it. If I've said that comment in front of like my family or other friends, no one would think about it and just move on.
Well, welcome.
You're telling me you say that in front of any other one of your friends? What you just
said, they would just like in that context. Yes, it would be a normal convo.
I think you need to find some funnier friends outside of that.
No, it's just some mature friends that aren't always dirty on their mind, thinking about net.
I just think there's good.
You
jokes,
just have a what age group would that be? Like a 15-year-old mind when it comes to that.
Hey, I mean,
not bad.
Shout out Malik. Memory might be serving me bad, but I think Booner shook my hand when I greeted him at Lions training camp a year ago.
You went in for. You must have gone in first. See, I didn't get the first. Oh, I didn't get the first. Like, it must have been first. You went in. If someone beats me to the punch handshake, I'm going in handshake.
Yeah, you got to.
Shout out in blue though.
Punch. Pennywise, most embarrassing moment. I was really high one time, ate a weird bag of jerky. Turned out to be dog treats. That's not.
It's a tough
that just doesn't happen. That's tough. That's
have to have your head on a swivel right there, man.
You have to. You can't get with dog treats, man. You just can't. All right, let's get back to the Lions, man. Jeremy Reisman, prior to Detroit, does a great job. They asked a question, and I'm just going to show I just want to show the kind of the part where they rank the players. Just because.
Oh no, don't do that, because then it's giving away what we're doing. We're going to go through it all, and we're going to come up with our own and make sure. Then you're just giving every one away.
No, it's just the PFF rankings. I ain't going off PFF.
Yeah, but then I'm saying let's come up with our own as we do it. We don't need to. I guess you can if you want. I just don't want to give away the answers, because if we're going through
those aren't the answers. PFF ain't the answer.
Yeah,
because I actually disagree with one of these. I don't agree with. And
I would say we can just do it on our own, but let's do an article.
No, I wanted to show just to give people an idea, because they have a bunch of top 10 players according to PFF. We don't have to show the article, but I was giving people a visual. That's why they made the article. PFF has Jared Goff at 9, Jameer at 4, Amon-Ra at 4. So all these guys on PFF, we already went through these the last couple weeks. They're all ranked in the top 10, a bunch of positions. And the question is, do the Lions have a top 10 player at every position? Now, there are some positions or players on here that are in the top 10 on PFF, but I don't agree with it. I don't think they're top 10. So
that's what I'm saying. Let's go over. Let's do it ourselves. Let's go position by position group, and we don't need to use PFF or anything. Let's do it ourselves if we think if there is one or not.
All right. Fuck what I was there. Okay, yeah, you're right.
That was why I put it in there. I put it in there. I said, let's not use article.
All right. Quarterback. Let's start with it. Every position group, are they top 10? Let's start with it. Quarterback. Can we agree?
I would say yes.
All right.
7.
I would agree. Yeah, he'd probably 7 or 8. I'm not going to fight you over that. He's top 10. If we're going at quarterback, top 10. Now we go to running back. Yes. The easy ones are yes. Running back, yes. They do have a top 10 running back. They probably have the top 5 running back.
Top 3, right? You guys will put Gibbs
Yeah,
or
top
Gibbs at 3. You can almost say 2 top 10 depending on if D-Mont was on a different team.
Now, wide receiver, they do have a top 10 player, top 5 player.
Yeah.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep.
We're with you there.
Tight end, they do have
this
a
is
top 5 tight end.
ridiculous. Every single position group, like skill position, you have a top 10 player.
Now we go to offensive tackle. They do.
Yeah.
They have probably a top 2, top 3 offensive tackle. So we're now on offense, they are stacked. Guard, no. Center, no. So that's the only two they do not have a top 10 player. In my opinion, I don't know if anyone would disagree with that.
No, I think Kevin Zeitler, if he was at guard, you could argue potentially top 10, especially after his last 2 seasons. And then I would say Frank, if he was here, obviously he's top 2 at his position, or if not the best. So it's kind of crazy the fact that every single position group going into the offseason, you could say, hey, they had top 10 at every position. And then now all of a sudden their interior, they don't have one top 10 player. They had 2 last year. They just, boom, both gone. That's tough. It's a tough look. Really
left tackle are we going left tackle, right tackle? Do you think Decker's
Yeah, no, Decker's not. I don't think
I
so.
wouldn't say
Not
that
anymore.
At his peak, at his best,
We
yeah.
didn't have to get into a battle there.
But I mean, I still think I think he could be top 15, 20 this year, but he just has to, that's on him, man.
Yeah, the offense is stacked. I mean, they have multiple positions that have a top 10 player. Now on defense, it's where it gets interesting, because then you go defensive end. Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Defensive tackle.
No.
I
don't think, and I'll say this, it might not be close. DJ, I guess maybe. Actually, no, they actually might. You could argue. DJ Reader.
It's not. DJ Reader is not.
He's he's lower than Aleem.
Aleem 10, 11. Aleem might be right on the mark.
I think right now I wouldn't put him there.
What would
I
you
think
put
this
Aleem
year
right
you might
now?
Be able to put, probably, I'm just off the top of my head, but there's a lot of good defensive tackles.
He's probably top 15 to 20, maybe a little bit earlier than that.
I'll go a little earlier. I'll go like top 12 to 15.
I'm interested to see
he's
when
just outside.
Like last year, I think I could be wrong, and I want to look that up real quick. I think, and obviously we don't have the PFF. We don't always have to look at that, but I believe they did last year their rankings. I mean, even this year they did it.
Yeah,
They had Aleem. They did it a couple months ago. 13, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they had DJ Reader on the list somewhere.
Well, that's what I wanted to show in
22.
the article. Like they have the graphic of every position. That's what I wanted to show you guys. That's why.
Yeah, I just wanted to go through it so we don't have to just get our answers handed to us.
It's not an answer.
Have some discussions.
It's like this question you're asking. I would have had the answer to it because I have the article.
And then we could just pull that up. Yeah.
But I closed it anyway, so I don't even know. DJ Reader was somewhere.
22.
Yeah, 22. So, which is fair. DJ Reader's lower than Aleem McNeil. So I think that's right where he should be. Honestly, 13. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like they have Matabuke at 12. You know what I mean? Like he's
That's
not better than Matabuke. He's not better than like Dexter Lawrence, Chris Jones, Jalen Carter,
No.
Derek Brown, DeForest Buckner, Jeffrey Simmons, Christian Wilkins, Vita Vea. Like he's not better than any of those guys. So Kobe Turner's actually behind Aleem. So you want to argue that, man, you could bump him back a spot probably. So he's probably top 12 to 15.
Ed Oliver. I love Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver's top 10.
Ed Oliver is like 15th or 16th on the list. He's
Oliver's
19th. Sorry, 19th.
That's insane.
Yeah, I like Ed Oliver. I'm a big Ed Oliver fan. Yeah, I'm with you guys. No on that. If I'm being honest, looking at every position group defensively, I think that's the only position group they don't have a top 10 player.
Think so?
Unless there's another one you guys know. I think DJ Reed you could argue top 10 corner. I know we had that argument a couple weeks ago. I think you can argue though. I think you can have an argument.
I don't think so. I look at when I think of top 10 corners, I think of
cornerback ones.
Yes, I was going to make that same argument. And DJ Reed has never been a cornerback one throughout his career.
But that's because he's been behind Sauce
Even
Gardner,
before-
the
he
number
was
one
in
corner
San
in the
Francisco
NFL.
and Seattle early on in his career. And he
Yeah, but
never
that's
really
like
won.
early career. He wasn't what he is
But
today.
But when
Then
we're talking about top 10 corners, like you're expecting, like, would you take Quinyon Mitchell over DJ Reed right now?
Yeah, he's not. Because Carlton Davis, remember when he was here, we'd say, well, he's probably a top 15 corner, right? Like DJ Reed's not 5 to 6 spots better than him. You know what I mean? They're about the same.
Again, I don't think it's like a solidified top 10, but I think there's an argument like at his best. I think the biggest thing with it is like in Seattle, like he wasn't as good as he was in New York, and he is now. Like he has gotten better, and he's progressively gotten better throughout his career. Correct? Like he has gotten better. And I think in New York is when he has been at his best. The only problem is he was CB2 because the number one corner in the NFL he was playing against him or on the other side of him. So it's like the fact that now
he's a really good corner.
The fact he's CB1 now, it's hey, he can go out there and prove it. And I think it might have been a little overshadowed the fact he was playing with Sauce and people didn't give him that respect of the fact of what he can do.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Pennywise, appreciate the $10. Thanks for putting out content like y'all do. It helps my workday go by faster. Pennywise, much love to you, bro. Appreciate
Shout out
you.
Pennywise.
Shout out Relly.
Pennywise is a funny guy.
Yeah, shout out Pennywise. Let's play a game. All right, can we play a game? You tell me if you take DJ Reed over this player. Let's do the Booner on Booner. Okay.
Oh, I love these games, man.
All right, Sauce Gardner.
No.
Pat Surtain, or Surtain, however you want to pronounce it.
No.
Trent McDuffie.
No.
Jalen Johnson.
No.
Derek Stingley.
No.
Let's go. The next one, Denzel Ward.
Don't stop.
Denzel Ward, bro?
Stop, dude. I'm pretty sure
No.
Denzel Ward led the league in PBUs and had.
All right, no, we'll let Denzel slide. No.
All right, Christian Gonzalez. Dude, Christian Gonzalez he's
No.
the truth.
The try. Shut up, dude.
I
He's
know-
the
Yeah, no, you
truth.
definitely
Like,
too far with
you
that one.
No, hey, I'm telling
No,
you.
he's the truth. He's the truth, man.
He's the
He's the truth. All right,
Jalen
no.
Ramsey.
I would take DJ Reed now.
That's fair. I would take DJ Reed too.
Shavarius Ward.
Boone.
That
Who'd
could
you
go
want?
either way. That could go either way.
JC
could-
Horn.
Could go either way.
No.
Could go either way.
JC
Way. Quinyon Mitchell.
Could go either way. That was right. That could go either way. That could go either way.
Marlon Humphrey.
I'm Marlon Humphrey.
You're already at 10 anyway. So
I didn't say he's a lock top 10. I said he's fringe top 10. Like you could make an argument. PFF
fringe.
had him at number 6. So it's like you can make an argument that he could be in that position. And I think outside defensive tackle, like there's no, in my opinion, like Aleem's not top 10. I don't think you can make an argument. With DJ Reed, man, you can make an argument. You can. There are people out there who would sit down and say,
well, those people, it's like I don't want to say that actually because I think he's good. I think he's good. I would probably would go. How about this? Want to say fringe top 10? Fine, but we can agree that DJ Reed at corner 1, they don't have a top 10 player. You want to? Can we? Agree?
okay, that's the only one we'll do. I'll put there. I'll say potentially not.
Oh my god.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
And I would say at the end of this year, Terrion Arnold will be top 10.
Two
Boom.
top 10 corners.
You're gonna have 2 top 10 corners, and
Terrion will be top 10 after this season.
I hope so.
I know so.
Do you? Will he get a pick or two, Boone?
He will. And what I've been saying it all offseason, he's going to turn into a lockdown corner.
Devon
this
Witherspoon.
season.
I didn't even mention him. That's
good for him. Devon didn't have the best year, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I didn't watch a lot of Devon Witherspoon in 2024. I didn't hear his name a lot, and I don't think that wasn't a good thing.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, if they have 2 top 10 corners,
I think Terrion takes over CB1 this year,
True.
and then
I agree.
DJ Reed maybe 12 to
why
15.
so he's going to jump your top 10 fringe corner already?
Yeah, I think Terrion's going to be a better player.
He's got a
this
chance to
year.
shine. Show what he's got as a quarterback one.
I just maybe I think Terrion.
Yeah, you finally got the opportunity.
All right.
I like it though, Boone. You're being positive about this cornerback room, something that hasn't been able to be said, I think, in a long time. Even with Carlton Davies, you knew the man was.
You guys are never positive until you see it on the field.
No,
Hey,
there's
grow some, you know what, and be some. Hey, make some big statements about some players to be good, huh?
Boone, stop.
No,
Stop.
I've made.
Klotz has Sam Laporta. Jeff has Hendon Hooker. I'm kidding. That was a fun one. That was a fun one. That was a friendly fire. Fun shot. Pew-pew. That was fun. All right. I enjoyed it. Yeah, that was just boys being boys. We're being friends. Come on now.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That wasn't that bad. That was fun.
The other one though, linebacker. I'm sorry, I don't think Jack's top
Steven,
10, so we can just get through that.
This is gonna make Boone mad.
Linebacker, Jack's top 10. If you don't think he's top 10, you're an idiot.
He's fringe.
No, he's not fringe. He's top 10.
All right,
what are you talking about?
We'll go through the same exercise.
Are you kidding me?
And I'll ask both of you, okay?
Are you actually joking right now? Please tell me you're joking.
Boone, let's go down the line, okay?
This guy doesn't know football.
All right. Number 1, Fred Warner.
Yes.
Fred.
Number 2, Roquan Smith.
Roquan.
Number 3, Zach Bond.
Zach Bond.
Zach last year, yeah. Before that, Jack.
We're not going in order.
Before that, Jack was bad.
These aren't necessarily all going to be in order.
Zach Bond played special teams only.
Do not take it in that way. Number 4, Matt Milano.
Jack. All right, we'll give Matt just out of respect.
Bro.
Okay. Out of respect, he gets hurt all the time.
This one's gonna make me mad because I already know how Boone is gonna react. Number 5, Quincy Williams.
Okay. Wait a second. Hold on, Klotz.
Quincy Williams is an animal.
Yeah, I don't know much. He got all pro.
Quincy Williams is a stud.
Oh.
He's Quinn and Williams' brother, so you never hear about him.
Oh, yeah, honestly, maybe I don't want to sound ignorant, but he might, I don't want to disrespect that guy. He might be
he's
he had a fucking year.
He was first team All-Pro 2 years ago.
But he had 4 forced fumbles this year, 2 sacks, and 120 tackles.
Yeah, Jack had more tackles than him then.
He had more than everything else than Jack. Besides that,
are you sure about that?
He had 4 forced fumbles. How many did Jack have?
I don't know. I'll give it to Quincy. That's 5. That's 5 guys.
Okay. Bobby Wagner.
Bobby right now.
Waiting for me. I'll go Bobby.
All right. Patrick Queen.
Nah, give me Jack.
Okay. Levante David.
Give me Jack.
Levante David.
All right, hold on. Keep going. Tremaine Edwards or Tremaine Edmonds.
Give me Jack.
I think if I'm being real,
Jack's like 7, 8, 9 right now.
Tremaine, I'm gonna go Tremaine. He didn't have a good first year in Chicago, but I'm trying to see last year he had a better year. I do know that. I don't know like what he did statistically. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go Tremaine. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tremaine. 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay, Nick Bolton.
Jack.
It's insane, but okay. And then trying to think if I'm missing anybody obvious. Pretty sure Demario Davis.
I mean, you haven't even said 10 yet, and you're
you said 10. I'm counting.
I've said 12 so far.
Yeah, no, Jack's top 10.
Edwards?
Yeah, I said TJ Edwards.
Yeah, Jack.
TJ.
Oh, you gotta take TJ over Jack, but okay.
You guys are disrespectful. It's crazy to me that people that cover the team will just don't give respect to guys in the city. It's crazy to me. There's just no respect in the city for guys. It's like people want to just like
Frankie Louvu.
No, yeah, give me Jack Campbell.
Frankie Louvu has like 8 sacks a year, bro. At linebacker. There's just
Sam.
a time where you just gotta be like, you gotta just be
I just
objective.
like watching Boone stick up for Jack Campbell.
It's Jack Campbell. It's just what's crazy to me. It's like if Jack Campbell was in a different city, like if he was playing for the Chiefs. No. Let me say something before you go. No, I don't want to hear all that. When he was playing for, if he was playing for the Chiefs or if he was playing for a different team and people are watching him play, you guys would be putting him, be like, what about Jack Campbell? What about this guy? Like if we had Frankie Louvu in here, if we had another linebacker, you guys would be all No, you would be like, I don't like Frankie Louvu. Give me Jack Campbell over him. But there's just something about some people when they cover a team that just refuse to give guys credit.
Why did we go back to the same argument you ended off of with the Hendon Hooker, Sam Laporta?
Refuse to give guys credit.
We said yesterday, Brian Branch, all pro for sure. We hype up what Terran Arnold could
Klotz, no, fuck that. We don't have to sit here and defend ourselves. I'm not doing that.
No, don't. Yeah, exactly. Don't, because you're wrong.
Boone's smart enough to know that's not true.
No,
the reality of it is this. Because I think Jack's 13 and you think he's 8, the fact that you think it's that egregious is crazy to me. Like, I think if you put him 7 to 10, I think that's fair. But you guys are just being like, he's 15, 16. Dude, here
you just named 14 guys. You just named 14 guys and said Jack. No, it's not that you didn't.
Hey, what does this say? What does this say? Hey, big guy.
11, and then you didn't add in Frankie Louvu in there yet.
11.
And you didn't add TJ Edwards in there yet. That's 12. That's 13. He's top 10.
Where did you get 16? You're just pulling shit out of
I
your
said
ass.
15. Come on now.
He said 15, 16.
Yeah, he does that. He did that the other day too. He's like, you guys think Jamo's 28 in the league? It's like, bro, but anyway, Jack.
He was top 5 in every single category in PFF linebacker grade for linebackers that played 600 snaps. He was top 5 in every single one. Every single one.
Boone.
I'm saying he's going to be an all-pro linebacker this year, and then you guys are going to have to shut up and be like, all right, you were right, Booner. He's top 10.
Boom.
Going into this year, he's going to be a top 10 linebacker.
That's what I don't mind that take. Right now, he's not. Maybe by the end of the year, we all think he can be, right? We all would agree by the end of the year he's going to have a jump and play well. Yeah. So we like that's fine.
He's top 10. He will be top 10.
You're arguing last year. He was definitely not top 10 last year.
No, we're arguing right now. I think right now he's a top 10 linebacker going into the season.
The season ended, he's top 10. What happened?
So are we basing it off of right now?
Going into this year, which is essentially, who do you think this year will be top 10? Jack Campbell, top 10.
All right, boom. So you're saying based on what you think will happen by the end of the year, not what happened last year. So we're on the.
No, he's switching it up because if he did think like that, he would have said corner if they have a top 10 corner because he just said Terran Arnold's going to be top 10. So that's bullshit.
Fair.
We're not going off what's going to be the end of the year thing. We're going
Hey, I respect that, Jeff. I respect that poll. Can't say nothing about that, huh? That's just straight facts. Really caught me in that one, man. Got me in the trap on that one.
I mean, it's a good. Oh.
I don't know what to say. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Really got me, man.
Yeah. I'm just saying the linebacker conversation, it gets tricky when we start throwing names at the board. I'm just saying it gets a little tricky. You know, do I think Jack can jump Bobby Wagner? Let's have a real discussion here. Do I think he can jump Bobby Wagner this year? Yes. Okay.
He will.
I think Bobby's getting older. Like, I get it. By the end of the year, I think that'll be the case. But right now, I got to give the case to these guys who all had better years. You know,
I hear Wheezy D being an all-pro linebacker with no forced fumbles and no interceptions will be a feat. Okay, if he didn't have that, he's going to get better this year, one. Bobby Wagner last year was all pro, 1 forced fumble, 0 interceptions last year. You know, that's not the measuring. That's not one. Yeah, okay. I'm sure Jack Campbell will have a forced fumble this year, and I'm sure he'll have an opportunity, hopefully, at an interception. But I mean, the guy is elite in the run game, and he's taking that step this year, man. Like, I mean, Jack Campbell literally had the same amount of he had the same amount of forced fumbles as Bobby Wagner this year. The same amount.
One.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Same amount.
That's the one thing I will say. Like, I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just saying it like generally. I am. It is surprising to me that Jack doesn't have a pick yet because he was so good in coverage in college, and he's not bad. He's not bad in coverage now. So I think it's only a matter of time before he does start getting takeaways.
Can we compare Bobby Wagner and Jack Campbell stats from this last season, just so we could see like Jack is right there in that conversation? Can we do that real quick? Can I just do this?
Sure, bro.
I'm on Pro Football Reference, just so people know, just so it's like, where are we getting this from? 17 games, correct? 17 games, both of them.
Mhm.
Total tackles. What is your guys' guess? How close do you think? How much farther do you think
140-ish.
for Bobby?
Yeah.
How many for Jack?
130-ish, maybe like 10 tackles different.
Bobby Wagner 132, Jack Campbell 131. One off. Interceptions. I already said it. 0 and 0. Okay.
Okay.
Forced fumbles. Bobby Wagner 1, Jack Campbell 1. Pass deflections. What do you guys think it is? I didn't say this yet, so the ones I didn't say, I'll let you guys.
I'll
I'll say
they'll probably
like-
be around same. Probably like Jack 2 less, 1 less. I don't know.
Bobby Wagner 4 pass deflections, Jack Campbell 5.
Okay.
So Jack has him there. Sacks. Bobby Wagner 2, Jack Campbell 1.5. This is the big difference. Bobby Wagner tackles for a loss 10, Jack Campbell 5. Quarterback hits, Bobby Wagner 8, Jack Campbell 5. So there's that difference. It's not that far off when you look at just the main stats. Now, obviously, there's different things that they'll take into account and all of that, but just the main stats, when people are like, Ansel's that much better, Jack's not even close to that. No, the numbers he's putting up, it's comparable to a guy like Bobby Wagner. It's not, you guys just heard him. It's not that far off.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't. And that's
I
Jack playing on a bad defense last year with everyone hurt.
No, I just think if you're looking statistically, like that's very fair. But I think when you watch Jack Campbell, Bobby Wagner play football, that's where you see the difference. That's not on stats. Is Bobby Wagner's been in the league for a decade now,
For sure.
and he knows the timing. And that's where I just think that's all it takes for Jack. Is no one's saying that Jack Campbell's not talented, that he's bad. But we see lapses from Jack, and last year, especially towards the late end of the season, it got better and better and better, where you see fewer moments. But there is times with Jack, because he's a young player, that didn't hit right away. He's not Luke Kuechly. I don't think any expected him to be Luke Kuechly.
Right.
I think you're crazy if you did. But there's lapses as far as just he's in a wrong spot at the wrong time, and that's going to happen. But when you look at guys who have been in the league already for 4, 5, 6 years that have been vets, like the Fred Warners, the Roquans, like they're going to get to those spots quicker. And that's why, at least I've been saying, Jack Campbell year 3, that's when everything's going to slow down for him and he'll take that step. So I think to your point, Boone, like you're watching Bobby and you look at Jack, statistically they're close on the field with timing. Bobby's going to have the advantage, but Jack will overtake him probably as soon as this year.
It threw me off for a second. I was looking at on Pro Football Reference, you know how they have like the all pro teams?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at them, and you know who's in there for linebackers? Jack Campbell. And I was like, man, wasn't all pro. PFF's second team, all pro.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like with Bobby, like you brought up PFF with Jack Campbell. Like PFF has Bobby as the number 1 pass rushing linebacker. You know, like they highly. He was highly.
That's where. I don't want to like get caught up in the PFF stuff. I'm with you guys on that because they have Jack, I think, at 7 or 8. I don't want to get caught up in that because I know it's like he might not, or they might have him at 6, to be honest, when they did the rankings. My point just is, it's like, hey, Jack isn't that far off. Like you guys, we're all trying to make this point that Jack's not top 10. Like, dude, you take away my DJ Reed argument. I could be done with that. Maybe you can't argue. You can legit argue Jack Campbell is top 10, and you can stand on it and have a legitimate case. And that's where it's like, I don't think it's that crazy to say that you would put him over some of the guys that you guys named. It's crazy you guys are making it out to be.
Yeah. It's really, I mean, once you get to that 10 spot, maybe you have more of a.
I think 7 to 12, you can move him around. And I think by the end of the year, he's top 6, and there's no question.
I like it. I like it, man.
Confident Boone.
I do. Boone, I'm excited. You had a question for the boys. You had a Booner question. I want to get to this. What's the Booner question of the week for the boys?
I think people are going to hate actually people will like the question because I think it'll get people thinking a little bit. Especially the fan base. What'd you say?
No, what's the question? I want to know this, Boone.
You know the question. That's why you're so happy about it.
Oh,
I had a thought today. Every team has a timeline, correct? Like,
correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
a
correct.
limit. Every NFL team has a limit. You saw the Patriots; they had that run, but eventually it was Tom Brady's time to leave, and they fell apart.
Yes.
You've seen it with every team. At some point, the Chiefs are going to have to move on from Patrick Mahomes, and whenever his career is over, it could be 10 more years. When do you guys think that Brad Holmes starts to find the replacement for Jared Goff?
Wow.
I'm interested in people's thoughts on this because last offseason we had the conversation and a lot of people said Hendon Hooker is it. Now we know Hendon Hooker isn't it. So you have to start sitting back and being like, okay, Jared's on a contract. He signed a 4-year extension. When that's up, do they re-sign him at the age of, how old will he be? 32?
So I have that in front of me. So his contract runs until he is there's an out after 2027, but he's technically he'll be an unrestricted free agent when he's 35.
35. Okay. So I don't think this is that crazy of a question. Like Andrew Jones already put it in there. He said before the contract is up. That's what I want to get out of the people. Listen, I'm not saying I think they should or shouldn't, but you've seen it in the NFL. Like, hey, quarterbacks don't last forever on teams. At some point, you have to do it. Now, do we think before the contract's up, when that opt-out comes in, what year, Jeff? Can you throw that out there again?
It's so last year.
The year?
Again, there's
the opt-out year.
There's an out in 28. And that is
so 2028 is if there is a where if you think, hey, at 2028, they say we're opting out and we have a new guy, do they draft? Do they trade him? I'm interested, and I know this is off-season conversations. I don't think that they will. I think they're going to ride it out until the end of the contract and then go from there. But I'm interested to see where people's minds are with this Jared Goff stuff because 12 months ago, it was all Hendon Hooker is the next guy up. And, hey, there were people saying, don't extend Goff. Maybe Hooker's up next. Now you're sitting here going, Hendon's not it. Who is next up? Does Brad next year look in the draft to add someone in the first few rounds? Like, I'm interested where people kind of fall on this because I think it is a conversation that NFL franchises, whether you like, I think even the Chiefs, like, yeah, you have Mahomes. What happens if Mahomes gets hurt or if he retires? You know what I mean? Like, you always have to be thinking next. I'm interested in that. This isn't a Jared Goff hate segment. It's a future of the Detroit Lions over the next 10 seasons. Where do we stand on that quarterback position?
Well, Goff, like I said, he's 2028. They have an out. He's 34. But let's say they don't get out and they let him ride it out. It's 2029. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. He'll be 35, like I said. So 35 years old. The odds are you're not going to extend a quarterback when he's 35 years old. I just don't. Could you give him a 4-year deal? You could. I would probably argue, looking around the league, there's not too many guys playing at a high level at 35, 36 through 37, and you're tied up to making top quarterback money. We saw that play out. I know it was an injury, so maybe it's probably not the best point, but we've seen it with a guy like Kirk Cousins, who was playing at Jared's better than him, but my point being is Kirk was playing at a high level. He's 36. Now he's not. He's a shell of himself. I mean, he just is. I think that's likely for a lot of quarterbacks. I think people see Tom Brady play at the level he played at, and everyone thinks that every quarterback will play at a high level. Even Ben Roethlisberger looked like a shell of himself at 37, 36. So I think the reality is, when will they move on from him? I think probably you should be thinking about drafting a quarterback with 2 years left on his deal, which would be, again, probably 2027, because you have 2027, 2028, and then 2029 he's up. So I would start looking around then. I think I still believe that quarterbacks that are developed, even if they are not finished products, but they're capable of starting day one, I think it's good that they're still sitting behind someone that's a starter. So I think 2027, man, like 2 years before his contract's up, you start considering it. And the thing is with that, and I know we talk about quarterbacks, and I went through the whole Hendon Hooker thing, and I was wrong. I was wrong on him being a franchise quarterback. It is a hard position to draft. It's the hardest position to get right.
Yep.
And Brad has never, besides, I'm talking really about first-round guys, Brad has not taken a first-round quarterback. I'm sure he was he talked about it when he was with Field Yates. He was in the building with the Rams when they drafted Jared Goff. So I'm sure he had, he scouted Jared, worked out pretty well. I mean, Jared's a pretty good quarterback. But that will be probably one of the biggest decisions Brad, I think the biggest, he'll make during his tenure.
Next quarterback up. I agree.
Is the next quarterback. Because that right there, when you draft a quarterback, I'm not saying that it puts him, I'm not going to say it puts him on a hot seat, but it does, the pressure starts rising a lot. Like if even the best GMs, if they draft a quarterback and he's a bust, it's a big hit, and GMs can still get through it. I'm not saying that's going to be end for Brad or anything, but it's going to, especially if it doesn't work out. Like look at Chris Ballard. Like he's a really good GM, dude. Drafted Anthony Richardson. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's around for another year or two. Like I would not be surprised. That was a failure.
They got to do something quick.
So that's it. And I think Brad's better than Chris Ballard. But my point being is even good GMs, man, they fall to that quarterback, that quarterback situation where if you don't get it right,
really do. It's the most important position in football, especially in the NFL. And I think like the biggest thing that makes me think about it, like even the Falcons situation just the other year. Remember, I hated that when that happened, boys, when we were covering it. I was like, why are they taking Michael Penix? But like in hindsight, you look at it like, yeah, you just signed Kirk Cousins to a massive deal. And then you go draft a quarterback in the first round. But then the more I think about it and like years into it, like as I sit on it, you go, okay, maybe it was good. Like if you love a quarterback, whether he works out or not, you're re-upping for when that guy's done, because you do, in my opinion, like Brad, one of the biggest things that Brad talks about is like sustained success, like not just this year or next year. He is like very big on the future of this team. And that goes beyond Jared Goff's contract. And I think it's something to where it's the most important position in football, to where you just can't sit back and say, hey, we'll deal with it when that time comes. I think it's something to where you always need to be able to have your head on a swivel and have those options open. And I think Hendon Hooker, if I'm being honest, I think Brad has the same thought, or else he wouldn't have drafted Hendon Hooker and traded up in the third round for him.
And that was before Goff got the big extension. So
they obviously have that thought process at this point. I don't even think, Jeff, what I told you last week, like I don't even think it's just in the draft. Like there comes a point to where maybe a player like a Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert just cannot find success in LA, can't find success in Jacksonville, and they get 3 or 4 years down the line. They have a skill set. The same thing as Jared Goff when he was with the Rams. And it's like, hey, let's make a trade. Like let's pull the trigger on this.
Those guys would probably have to force a trade, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
like just if they forced a trade.
It's like when Stafford though, like with the Rams. Remember with the Rams with Stafford, where Stafford's in Detroit. And it's like, dude, I haven't won in 12 years, 10 years, whatever it was. And he's like, I have to get out of here and just give myself another chance in this career. I don't want to just sit here and die. And I think think about a Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. He's got the talent. Or like even Justin Herbert. What if Justin Herbert never wins and he's just like 8 years goes down the line, and he just goes, all right, dude, I'm 8 years into my career. And he's just like, hey guys, like, I love this franchise, but I want out. Like I just want to know, I want a chance at it. And then the Lions in 3 or 4 years could potentially be in the spot that the Rams were in, where it's like, hey, Brad's built a great roster. The next piece is, hey, that quarterback's next. And they might already have a Super Bowl at that time, but hey, we have a great roster. We can go out and trade for a guy and make this roster even better with the new, the next quarterback up. So I think it's interesting. Klotz, I'm interested to hear what you think too.
Yeah, some part of me though believes that if Jared Goff keeps playing good football, I do worry about them being a little bit too loyal to Jared Goff, because we see with these homegrown players how they kind of stick it out for him, and especially with the guys that like, hey, one more year, let's see what we can get out of you. And you're going to see Jared Goff, I think, over the next 2, 3 years, 4 years, he's going to be playing very good football. Now, it might not be MVP level football, but the Lions are going to consistently be winning games. And again, I think that Brad could have a replacement there, but you're not going to truly know what that replacement can do until Jared Goff is done. So I don't really think that while Jared Goff's in Detroit, the wheels are just going to fall off unless he takes a massive injury and like a Kirk Cousins route where it's like a torn Achilles. Knock on wood, don't wish that on any player. But I could see even Jared Goff, like if he finishes up this contract, I would not be surprised at all if they go with another 2-3 year deal. So I think that there's a real shot that he finishes this contract and they still give him a short extension to see what this rookie quarterback that was behind him could do.
Yeah.
I don't see Brad with the star talent that they're going to be having going to be able to trade for like a Herbert or a Trevor Lawrence or even through free agency. I don't see that being the same situation just because the Lions, they were in cap hell, but it wasn't to the point where they couldn't make a move. Like they knew that, hey, we're going to be bad for a while, so we're going to draft the core players. We're going to get Jared Goff in that contract, and even Goff's contract at the time, wasn't it like $30 million? Like it was a deal when he first got to Detroit, and they weren't signing anybody for big money anyways. They were just more so shedding all that cap. And I think when Goff's contract comes up, it's going to be the opposite of the situation. So they're going to have to go with somebody through the draft, in my opinion, but I wouldn't be surprised either if it's another Jared Goff contract after this one. Shorter, less money, but wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, maybe he's like 35. You're like, we'll keep you to 37. It's like
exactly, yeah, and it's just like they're just stalling. Like it's more of like a bridge where it's like I think this contract is like the quote unquote window for now, if that makes sense. And then when you're thinking about re-signing your quarterback, that's like, okay, are we going to keep this window open? Or are we going to do a transition? Like, that's where it's like almost like the bridge, in my opinion.
You guys will be fine. I'm sure Daniel Jones will be around, and you could bring him in.
Yeah, okay.
He'll be re-signed to the Colts on a supermax, FA.
Yeah, I mean,
called out this year. They finally have a quarterback.
I'm not, and I don't want to sit here too. I'm just to be honest. Like, would I be shocked if they like his contract comes up and he's like, "Hey, let's do a 2-year extension"? Like, if they're winning, if they win a Super Bowl or two, and Jared's still playing at that level, and you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I don't think Jared. He's gotten his second big contract of his career. The only guys that you see get more than that is typically like those like elite of the elite, like the Josh Allens, Lamars, like those types. So I don't know if he's going to get another one, but if they're winning still and they're like, "Hey, Jared, like we keep getting to the Super Bowl with you. We're like every year we're contenders. Let's do a 2-year deal." And then to that point, Glotz, like if that happens, like say they do a 2-year deal, that's when you like, all right, we do have to go in. It's like with the Packers. It's like, hey, with Rodgers, you're getting old. We get it. I know Rodgers is different because he's a different level, but they draft Jordan Love and they say, "Hey, Jared, just so you know, we're going to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback." Communicate that to him. Like, there is a point to where we know you're going to retire. We need to get a guy in here that has some type of like skill. Like, we can't just get a 3rd, 4th, 5th round quarterback in here and hope he turns into you. We have to get I think there's going to be a point in the next couple of years. It could be next year, could be there. Yeah, they're going to have to use a 1st-round pick on a quarterback at some point. They will. And it's not, I don't think it's a knock on Jared Goff. I think it's just it's a numbers game at that point.
Well, that's why I give credit, although you could say what you want about him. Brian Gutekunst.
When got Jordan Love.
That was a mid-round steal, mid-first-round steal. So that's impressive, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
I just think fans
quarterback at like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, just fans have to. I think you have to be aware. Like at some point, there will be a quarterback. I think, or you need to go get a quarterback in the 1st round over the next 3 or 4 years. Like you're gonna have to do it. When the Chiefs had Alex Smith, what did they do?
They found Mahomes at like 15.
Yeah, it's gonna come around to where you have to do it, and if you want sustained success, that's a position it's the highest valued position in the
Ravens.
league.
Ravens found Lamar at 32. So yeah, I mean things happen.
Joe Flacco in the building too.
Shout out Spencer. He said, "Am I crazy for saying Baltimore is the clear favorite #1 this year?"
Yes.
I think he is crazy. They can't win in the playoffs.
There's no way like this. It's the same story with Baltimore. Where it's like going into the offseason, a ton of hype. Going into the regular season, a ton of hype. In the regular season, a ton of hype. Lamar's an MVP candidate. And then they play the Houston
They're
Texans.
so stacked.
Then they play the Denver Broncos. Then it's like they'll get to the 2nd round, or maybe they get lucky in the AFC Championship and then just get smacked around because their problem is they're a run-heavy team. The second that there's a team that's not stopping the run game but slows the run game, makes Lamar throw 40 times. Yes, Lamar can throw 40 times, but that doesn't usually result in the Ravens winning. So their defense.
Remember 2 years ago when they were the 1 seed and I think they lost. They might have lost to the Bills. Was it, Jeff? I think I was with you. I think we were actually at It was the day of the NFC Championship game. Or no, it was the Chiefs. It might have been the Chiefs. Was that the AFC Championship game they were playing in 2 years ago? And it might have been the Chiefs. And we were watching at that bar in Detroit. I can't remember where it was. And going into it, I think both of us, at least me, I was like, I think the Ravens might actually get to the Super Bowl here. I think this is the year because they were just playing.
And then
so
they ran
good.
the ball like 6 times or something
Yeah.
like that.
And we were sitting at that bar just going, what are they doing? Like they got manhandled. And that was like, they were the clear favorite.
Yeah, Baltimore has the talent, but whatever reason, postseason, it just on
Can't
paper
figure it
it
out.
You
looks
need
so
Joe
good.
Flacco. That's what you need.
Oh, get out of here! Hey, can we get to our Mount Rushmore? I'm excited about this. So we're doing something on Friday. Now it's the off season where, and this is not. What would you call it? What did you call it earlier, Boone? Something that's already been done, but it's a spin-off.
Yeah, it's a respect play. It's a respect spinoff. Shout out to the boys. Pardon my take. I've watched them for years. They do in the off season. They do Mount Rushmore season, and they do throughout the couple months of the off season. Every week, once a week, they do a new Mount Rushmore, and they let the fans send in ideas, and then they pick from that. And I told the boys that, I said we should just do something like Fridays is usually a fun Friday. We have a good time Fridays. We should just do Fridays Mount Rushmore, and it's essentially like a draft, a snake draft style. So we'll figure out here in a minute who's going to have the first, second, and third pick. And we'll do every Friday. We'll do Mount Rushmores, and we'll honestly, and it's out of respect to part of my take. I know they're doing it first to it, but it's kind of fun, and I think it's interactive. It's going to be a good time, and we'll try and get a graphic here in the next week. And what we'll do is we'll put up the teams anonymously. Obviously, people who watch the show will know whose team's who, and we'll do votes. And whoever at the end of the year has the least amount of wins each week, we'll do just like a fun punishment. It won't be anything like people won't want to do. But maybe I told Klotz maybe like a pizza thing where you have to eat a pizza or just something simple, nothing crazy. And then like the loser. And then I even said, even most Fridays, maybe each Friday we get a new guest on the show and they can be it and they can be the fourth team.
Give them Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. So essentially each team will get 4 picks and it's snake draft and you get 4 picks and it could be anything. I sent you guys the one the part of my take did. They did things you can buy for $20. And some of the things on there were great. Case of beer, lottery ticket.
Dave and Buster's charge card.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of fun things on there.
That's gotta be high up there.
What we'll do is we'll have, as we do these like today at some point, just everyone drop some in the chat and we'll go back and collect a bunch of them and we'll come up with our own and we'll just do the ones that we feel like are the funnest, to be honest.
Come on.
It's a good Friday thing until August, you know. And today, you want me to say what it is?
Go ahead, Bill. Take it away.
Today is all-time coaches in sports. This is one. Typically, I said this to the boys. Typically, we can get a little fun with it. I actually have a couple fun picks I think I might throw in there. You guys are gonna be like, "Whoa!" But this one's just kind of our starter one. We were gonna do
pilot.
Yeah, we were just going to do Mount Rushmore Detroit sports coaches, and we weren't even going to do a draft. And we were like, you know what? Let's make this every Friday, and let's have a fun with it.
Yeah,
so it's all-time coaches.
I'm happy where we went down the route that we did.
All-time coaches?
Let's do this real quick. Let's do like a wheel spin of just our names, and what we'll do. I put my real name in the wheel.
That'd have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been.
Well, what'd you put down?
So what we'll do, Jeff, can you pull up a wheel? My wheel thing's not working.
I got it.
And just put our names on it.
Yes.
Booner, not my real name. But what we'll do is we'll spin it, and whoever it lands on gets to choose whether they go first, second, or third. Because you got to think, if you go third, you get the 3rd and the 4th pick. And if you go first, then you get the 6th and the 7th pick. So it is a snake draft. So there is some type of strategy here.
All right, so this is
first
pick 1.
Goes to
not the first pick. You get to pick where you want to pick.
Oh,
So
you lucky fuck!
Where would you like to pick, Jeff?
Oh my god!
let me give me 3.
Back-to-back picks there.
I want back to back. Yeah.
All right, and then spin it without you on there.
Happy I'm right here.
All
That's
right,
gonna
Klotz, you want first or second?
give me the first.
All right,
Lucas.
so
All right.
goes Lucas, Boone, me.
Yep. I like being the second, especially if it's a team if it's only 3 of us. Next week when we do a guest.
Hey, that's snake draft. Watch out for that 3rd and 4th, boy. I could get 2 nice coaches. Don't you fucking
Yeah, I
worry.
hope you would. You're sitting at 3rd and 4th of all-time coaches, dude.
Okay,
You're in a good spot. Congratulations. You
I
got
have some that you guys might not consider all-time greats, but I have one of my
There's a
favorite
couple.
coaches.
I think I have 3 that are like that.
Yeah, I have I have an interesting where you guys would be like, whoa, boom. It might be
All
a
right.
good.
All right, leading it off, boys. I have number 1, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Easy pick for me here. This is my 5-star prospect. When I look at my Mount Rushmore, it will be to the far right on the mountain left when you're viewing it. So this will be number 1, Nick Saban, best college football coach in college history. Did great things at Bowling Green State University where he started. You know where that's located, boys? The 419. You know where he also
Nick
coached
Saban?
Nick Saban, baby. I'm kidding. That's actually Urban Meyer. I don't know why I got that mixed up. LSU and Alabama. Went down the Urban Meyer route there. But Nick Saban, I know that I made that technical error there. But undoubtedly, I think maybe you can go back to like the old days with like Notre Dame head coach, or maybe even stay with Bear Bryant at Bama. But Nick Saban in my lifetime, in any sport, the most dominant run that I've seen with Alabama football. Got the discipline, you got the character. It's got everything you need. Nick Saban, number 1 overall pick.
So Nick
I mean,
Saban goes 1.
You left me the greatest of all time in that sport. The greatest ever in that sport.
No, it's Nick Saban.
Are you kidding?
It's Nick Saban.
All right.
All right,
I'll
go ahead.
I'll take this free one. I didn't think he was gonna. I thought this was honestly. I thought this coach was like 1-1. Like he wasn't gonna be there unless you had the first pick. The greatest football coach of all time, Bill Belichick.
Oh, I think you meant in college. I was like, no.
All-time
Oh, yeah, you
football.
can have Bill.
Bill
I
is
don't
the
want to
all-time
carried by
head,
quarterback.
the all-time football coach in any level of football. It's Bill Belichick. This guy is unbelievable. I don't know why. He's the greatest ever. There's no question. I don't think any football guy you ask, player, former coach, anyone you talk to, analyst, you say, hey, who's the greatest coach of all? Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick. Everyone. Every single person. Give me Bill Belichick. Number 2 overall. Yeah, I thought that's 1-1, dude. I thought that was all of ours. He was number 1 on my list here.
I don't want a coach who's carried by a quarterback.
Wow.
Greatest of all time.
This
Oh,
puts
wait, or
me-
you're talking about Nick Saban, who has had like 1 million Heisman quarterbacks?
Oh yeah, name them in the NFL and what they did. What's Tua doing?
Wait a second. Did one
What's
just win a
AJ
Super Bowl?
McCarron
Did
doing?
one just win a Super Bowl? College game's
Jalen
different than the NFL.
And
College
then
is
what
different than the
happened? He
NFL. All right, Jeff, you're up.
All right. I'm going. This one, I like I like where I'm at. I like where.
Yeah,
I'm
there's you have a couple good
at.
ones.
I got
here.
back to back. I got back to back coaches. Nick Saban, Bill Belichick. Just how I kind of. We talked to my scouts. We kind of knew this.
Oh wait, by the way, shut your chats off. By the way, boys, I just
Oh,
remembered that.
I'm gonna be real. The chat has not said any of the
They're-
2 guys I was gonna.
But they're throwing some names.
I will
I'll just
say
shut them
these
off.
two-
Shout
and
the
I'll-
chat.
at number 3 overall, Team Jeff. We're going to draft the coach with 11 NBA titles, Phil Jackson.
That's a great
Give me
pick.
Phil Jackson, one of the greatest American coaches of all time.
He was second on my list.
Coached the Bulls, coached the Lakers, 11 total rings. Come on, let's not forget about the offense, man. Let's not forget. I mean, you talk about 2 top
Triangle.
You want to talk about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. You want to talk Michael as the second best player or the first, whatever whatever you think. He was a part of both of their careers. Big.
It's a great one, Jeff.
Yeah, give me Phil Jackson. And then at number 4 with a back-to-back pick, you boys don't let me get hot. I told you boys. I'm taking Coach K. Give me Coach K.
Damn it! I was hoping he was gonna fall.
Coach K. I'm taking him 4 NCAA championships, 11 Final Fours. Oh, don't forget Olympic gold medalist as well. That's one of the greatest coaches. So I'm going with Phil Jackson and Coach K back to back. I like where my team's at. I
think that's two. That's two. You got 2 of the top 4, which you had 2 picks in the top 4, so I expect that. All right. I think I have a layup here. Actually, I don't think people will agree with me on this early, because I'm essentially saying he's a top 5 coach of all time. This guy has, can I read his accolades off for you? 5-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA coach of the year, Olympic gold medalist head coach, Jeff, just like Coach K.
This was going to be my next pick, Boone.
He was an assistant in 2003 and won gold as well. One of my favorite coaches of all time. I think one of the most disrespected coaches of all time that doesn't get talked about enough. Coach Greg Popovich from the San Antonio Spurs. That guy took guys he took role players and turned them into stars.
Yeah.
He took role players and turned them into stars, man. I love Coach Pop, dude. I love what he did. I used to love, dude, growing up watching those Spurs teams. Ginobili, Tony Parker, Antonio McDyess was on those teams for a little bit. I don't know if you boys remember that. Like Tim Duncan, I think he's the greatest power forward of all time. One of the greatest ever. He had a squad, man. I loved watching Coach Pop and his teams.
You got Pop? All right.
Yeah, so I have Bill Belichick and Coach Pop. I like my squad right now. Klotz, you have back-to-back picks here.
I have back-to-back picks here. And I'm going to go – we're doubling down with NFL. And I'm just doing this to get my guy. Okay, I want this guy. If I'm imagining my Mount Rushmore, I want to have just the best unit, as if this was its own separate coaching staff. So we got Nick Saban, okay, intense, kind of just like that culture guy. So you need somebody to kind of lighten the mood, but somebody who's good at their fucking job. With the, what is this, the 6th pick? Klotzy's taking John Madden. Give me Madden on my squad. All-time guy. Super Bowl winning champion, was the best coach without a doubt, and one of the most iconic teams with the Raiders when they were truly the Raiders. You think about names like Marcus Allen, Howie Long. There's just been a legacy built. Al Lizado. That's just, when you think of football and what the NFL was built on, you think of John Madden. Not only in the coaching room, but he's one of the best commentators, if not the best commentator of all time. Most influential coach in the NFL. Give me John Madden. Then we move. Oakland, where the Raiders were, going a little south of there. I think it's south. Give me Bill Walsh, the 49ers.
This guy's just going all NFL.
I won college football with Nick Saban. I told you, we're going NFL back-to-back here. I'm going Bill Walsh, one of the most instrumental offensive head coaches of all time. It's 2025, and people are still running the West Coast. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, the 49ers again. When you think of the NFL, you think of the 49ers, you think of the Steelers, the Packers back in the day. Not so much think of the Raiders. But when you think of John Madden and Bill Walsh, that's like peak glory day football. Give me those two boys.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I think there's greater coaches out there. How many Super Bowls does John Madden have?
1, but this is where, if you listen to John Madden, his record all time in 10 seasons is 132-7.
It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Why
does he only have 1 Super Bowl? How do you only lose 7 games in 10 years?
That's when
like 1
Cowboys
Super Bowl?
were peaking.
I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't add up though. 10 seasons, 7 losses. So you should at least have 3 Super Bowls, correct? Losing 3 playoff games.
7.
Yeah, do you see what I'm? Does anyone see what I'm saying here?
I mean,
get
the math isn't mathing right now.
I'm Madden.
Klotz,
so he was.
What I'm saying,
titles, Super Bowl champion. So I'm looking right now. I'm trying to.
I know. I'm just want to break this down for the people real quick. I want to break this down for the people. You keep talking. 10 seasons, 7 losses, which means he would have
7 ties. Boone. 132-7.
Oh,
Oh, dude, you
I
have
heard
to
it wrong,
you have to
too.
break that up a little bit
I
more.
heard it
I
wrong.
said
Yeah.
132 and 7.
I think you said 132.
You got to say 100 wins, 32 losses, 7 ties. Because I just kept hearing.
Yeah, me and Boone. I was with you, Boone.
I'm sitting here going, Klotz,
All right,
you just keep talking about them. The math just isn't adding up right there.
No.
I'm up next. All right, this is a big one for me because I have 2 left that I
I
want.
hope you don't take mine, dude.
I have 2 that I want, and I'm nervous because I don't know which. I think Jeff could take one of them.
I got one I've been looking at since I took Coach K. And
Can I ask you a question?
Nope. I'm not giving you anything.
What sport?
I'm not giving you a
Well, if you have the certain sport, I'll go opposite of your sport, so you get yours.
That's not true. Because if you want the guy,
This is a good friend move. This is a good friend move. Do you trust me or not?
You want to know if I'm going to take your guy or not? Because you'll take him right now.
No, this is a good friend move. I'm being nice. Like,
So
what
if
do you
I tell you the sport, you won't take this guy.
no,
Exactly.
no, I
No,
won't. I just said I won't take him. What are you talking about exactly? I said I won't take him.
So you won't take him.
No, I'm not shaking, but
Say the name.
what sport?
I'm not telling you. I don't trust you. I'm not saying it.
This is such a big. I have to do this out of respect of my life. I'm going John Wooden.
Oh no! He took him.
I'm going 10 national championships. He is one of the greatest coaches ever. Probably the best basketball coach of all time. You obviously Phil Jackson, Coach K, but in college, dude, John Wooden. I know the era, but dude, what I'm gonna pull it up too, just so that people can get kind of a. If you're not familiar, this guy, dude, and I'll say this, dude, when I was coaching the Wooden's pyramid of success, that was in everywhere I went, dude. I saw that everywhere. This guy is a coach, 10 national championships, 12 Final Fours. This guy is just unbelievable. He dominated. He really did. So I'm going him. He made UCLA. I mean, dude, think about the players that he coached, man, at UCLA. It's crazy. Sorry, dude. I apologize.
I'm in a tough.
I knew. I had another one there, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going, which one would Jeff rather have, football or basketball? And I was like, this guy wants basketball. You have back-to-back picks though. Get a little creative, Jeff. Huh? Why don't you pick a coach out of a movie or something? Huh?
Coach Carter.
Good.
I have a guy in mind, but I think this might be a little too early.
I mean, you only have 2 picks left. You can finish your team right now.
I got this. I think I had one. I have to make a move. I had 2 coaches. John Wooden was one of them. I had to add another one in there. I don't love it, but you'll find out in a second. I'm gonna go with. I'm surprised that he's still here, if I'm being honest with you. And I know.
Oh no, that was my last player.
Scotty Bowman.
That was my last guy on my list. Was Scotty Bowman. That was literally I was in between Scotty Bowman or John Wooden. My next guy moves in.
I guess it kind of worked out because me and you had the same 2. So either way, we're taking someone. 9 Stanley Cup titles. I mean, 3 with the Red Wings. D-Mac was a part of that. Over 1,200 regular season wins, over 200 playoff wins.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, give me Scotty Bowman.
Dang it! Hey, if I took Scotty Bowman, you were taking John Wooden, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and because I was gonna take Scotty Bowman, and then I switched to John Wooden, thinking you wouldn't take Scotty. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Either way, someone was going down.
I feel fine about that. Then I'm not mad. You're up again.
Have another coach, and I don't know if I love this, but I'm gonna go with it. And let me double check one thing, because before I say this answer, because I better stand on this business if I'm gonna say it. I will say this. You know what? Screw it. I'm battling between 2. All right.
Come
you know what?
on, let's hear
doing
it.
I'm doing
Do
it.
it.
I'm going with Andy Reid.
Wow.
I'm going to take the Big Red. I'm taking the Big Red. What he did with two different franchises, made the Super Bowl with Philly, made the Super Bowl and won 3 of them with the Kansas City Chiefs, almost three-peated. He's been basically in control of the AFC. He's right behind Belichick when it comes to all-time wins. And I think when it's all said and done, you'll have a serious debate over who's the GOAT if he gets another ring or two. So I like Andy Reid. And I'm going to wait and see if you guys say who I almost said. And then if not,
I can guarantee you I won't. I'm a movie coach. I want a fictional character. I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to see. I don't hate Andy Reid. I mean, I don't want to say any other names because I don't want to give it to Klotz, but I turned my chat back on because I just wanted to see if I just ruined my whole draft or if people are like, okay, Boone, I could see this. With my last pick, I have Bill Belichick, Coach Pop, John Wooden. And there was a legend in a fictional movie about 45 minutes just up the road of me. I don't know if the people are familiar with the movie Semi-Pro.
wow.
Give me Jackie Moon,
Yeah, that's
Great. That's a great one.
who put the Flint Tropics back on the map, had the worst franchise of all time ever, and ended up somehow creating the alley-oop, bringing fans to Flint, and basically winning his way into the NBA. Give me Jackie Moon, the man who took the worst franchise in essentially the G League, took him all the way to the NBA. Didn't get the bid, but man, put some respect on this man's name.
Yeah.
And he created the song "Love Me Sexy." And he played power forward.
Surprising.
And he was the owner of the team.
Kind of a
Surprising
Bill
fella.
Russell, the real Bill Russell, Boone.
And he traded for what's his name? Who was the guy? Why am I drawing the blank? Woody Harrelson played.
Yeah, fuck. I'm not gonna remember.
Monix, right?
Yeah.
He traded for Monix. He traded him for a washing machine. Ended up being one of the best players in the league and coming around.
Hey,
Give me-
Boone,
hey,
it's gonna be
Give me
tough to
Jackie
follow.
Moon. Give me Jackie Moon for my last player. Or coach. Sorry, not player, coach, and owner.
That's your culture guy. That's like, hey, you know what? I know he doesn't have the most wins, but he's here for more than a purpose of just winning. So that was
It's my glue guy.
Madden. I got to kind of get back on
ELE.
track. I had Nick Saban, I had Bill Walsh, and I had one more guy. 5-time champion, not in the NFL, not in college football. He resides in the NBA, and that is Pat Riley. Give me Pat Riley to finish it off. That's going to be my guy. Had success with the Lakers and the Heat, not to mention executive success. I think sitting there, the value that Pat Riley brings at this last pick in the draft, the Mr. Relevant, will go on to do good things for this team.
Vince Lombardi just not picked. That was the last guy on my list.
Like picking Red Arbaugh.
Pat Summitt was on my list. Yeah, that was I had 9 coaches, and then I had Jackie Moon, Gordon Bombay.
Yeah, there's a lot of still really good coaches. I mean, Steve.
Who are your guys' honorable mentions?
I would put Steve Kerr in there.
Kerr's
Kerr's a
on
good
there.
one.
Not the top. but he's in there.
I was battling between John Madden and Mike.
Wait,
Lee.
did you already pick Don Shula?
I did
No
not
one
pick-
did.
Oh,
When Bill
I
Walsh,
wanted to put
Klotz
Mike
went
Lee
Bill
down.
Walsh and John Madden over Don
Bill
Shula.
Parcells. Maybe he's on the outskirts, but still Bill Parcells.
Joe Gibbs.
Larry Brown. It's a good one.
Larry Brown's a great one, yeah.
He did it in 2 different leagues.
Almost, dude. When Larry Brown was at SMU, we went to the Elite Eight at Saginaw, and our whole week we practiced at SMU when he was the head coach. And every time we would go there, we would just like, obviously being from Saginaw, we had a lot of Michigan players, so everyone's like, "Where's Larry Brown?" And every time we would ask him, because we practiced the same time every day, he would go on a walk around campus every day at the same time, and we missed him every time.
Oh, it's ass.
Brutal. And we were like, sometimes we would be like telling our hey, can we stay to meet Larry Brown, like the greatest ever? It's like, no, we got to go. We got things to do. Because I guess when you get to like the college, the tourney, the Elite Eight's like the Final Four, so they have all these events you got to do. It's just like brutal. That would have been sick. Jimmy Johnson's a good one. Trying to think if there was any of that we left off. I feel like, I don't know. I felt like we had a good. I liked
I
it.
wish I would have had Larry Brown
Aaron
probably.
Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo's a good one. He just won with LeBron and those guys. I think overall, like, he's a good coach, but to put him in those, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
guess
say this one.
he's an all time. He's probably top 10 all time, top 15 for sure.
Yeah, I'm mad about the Larry Brown one. I did fumble that one.
Loser.
You went Andy Reid. You could, dude. Jeff, I think you could have had Phil Jackson, Coach K, Scotty Bowman, and Larry Brown. That would have been a draft.
Yeah.
Walk out with your head held high.
I could have had Larry Brown. I could have had Bill Belichick, Coach Pop, John Wooden, and Larry Brown.
That would have been a pretty
Don
good.
Shula. I said Jackie Moon.
I'm happy. My steal of the draft was Scotty Bowman. I'm surprised he was still there.
He was going to be my next pick if you didn't.
9 cups is crazy. That's Hey, that was fun. I like that. We'll do different ones every week, man. Get the chat.
Yeah, drop a bunch in here. I'll write them down. Yeah. I'll put them and I'll write them down here, and then we'll just. I know when Part of My Take does it, they just said they just get like thousands of emails and they just pick their favorite ones. So that's what we'll do. It might not get picked, it might get picked, but we'll write them down. We'll think of our own, and so just drop them if you have them.
Give us Mount Rushmore ideas. It could be anything, literally anything at all. Does not matter. We will do it. We got about 13 minutes left. We didn't really get to talk about Giannis yesterday. I guess did have Eric on. We talked about Giannis, but we could talk about Giannis a little bit, and then we can get to mailbag. This is a good one. JT Olsen, cartoon character. That's a.
Who was your guys' favorite? And this might be, and I might give it away, but just who was your guys' favorite like cartoon character, like Disney type growing up?
I don't want to say it.
Trying to think. I really wasn't like. I'm not even trying to be funny. I was not. I had to watch whatever my dad had on the TV most of the time.
That's fair.
I watched if I watched Nickelodeon stuff, it was stuff like Drake and Josh.
You didn't watch cartoons, Klotz?
No, I watched
That's
old
crazy,
Tom and Jerry. Like I was not.
Tom and Jerry's a good one, yeah.
Was not allowed to watch SpongeBob. Could not was not allowed in my house. Couldn't watch SpongeBob or anything like that. Like if it was something where it was like brain rot, like stupid, was not allowed to watch it.
Oh, I watched a lot of stupid. I want to say I don't want to give you any. I want to wait because I got mine in my head that I want to wait. And when we do the draft, you'll find out who it is. We'll find out who it is. That's a good one. I like that one.
I think next week, and I'm just going to throw this out there. We might. I think we might invite Caleb on, and I'm just throwing this out there. We might do a Mount Rushmore of sandwiches, summertime sandwiches, I see a lot of people do sandwich ones.
Summer food.
We could do that. Yeah, it could be drinks and food, but summer food. I see a lot of sandwich ones though. I kind of like that, and Caleb would be perfect for that. No, I'm not saying anything about Caleb. I'm just saying man knows his food.
What are you saying?
He knows his food, man, and he might know his sandwiches very well.
Do Jeff and I not know our food?
Caleb works at a food place and he makes sandwiches and pizzas.
I was a sandwich crafter at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, how did that go?
Got fired for a stupid reason. I made a mean sub. Mean sub.
Dude, like Jimmy John's. I had Jimmy John's this week. I had a gift card.
You just dissed me about getting fired from Jimmy John's. It's kind of fucked up, Boone. Really? How did that go?
It's a fact. Oh, should we
stepped away.
Did we already name the end of the teams that we have? Or are we good? Do you want me to name each person's? I didn't think of that. So, Klotz, ready for this, Klotz?
Yep.
Klotz is Mount Rushmore. Nick Saban, John Madden, Bill Walsh, and Pat Riley. I don't hate it. Jeff, Phil Jackson, Coach K, Scotty Bowman, and Andy Reid. Booner, Bill Belichick, Coach Greg Popovich, legend, respect. John Wooden, the greatest ever, and the greatest movie coach of all time, Jackie Moon.
That might give you the edge. You had to dig deep, and you did. That's impressive. I mean, bottom line, I said cities.
I'm gonna write cities down.
Cities is a good one.
Mount Rushmore of mountains.
Mountains. I don't know that many mountains, man.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Mount Rushmore should be 1-1 though, right?
Yeah, like
You would have to think.
Actually, that's kind of how it would be. Like
1B would have, or the next pick
Mount
would have to,
Everest.
that would have to be number 2.
Mount Everest.
Mount
yeah.
Kilimanjaro is 3
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, like that actually
Easy.
be kind of funny. Actually, Mount Rushmore of mountains.
JT Olsen said, "Oh, there's 16 different sandwiches. There are 16 different sandwiches.
Yeah.
You got to dig. There definitely are. Movies, all right. Movies down. It's a good one.
I mean,
I'm gonna go look at some because I know there's a lot of different different shows and people who do them. I sent you guys a couple examples of Mount Rushmore, so I'll go look at some old ones that other people have done, and we can just get some ideas and do that.
we should do Mount Rushmore like fast food one day. That'd be fun.
That's a great one. I'll put that down. We'll just make a big list, and then I'll be the commissioner, and I'll pick each week.
Mount Rushmore of national monuments. This one's good too.
So,
Dude, I don't know if there's 12 different or 16 national monuments.
Yeah, you got to dig deep. Like, you know, I mean, Statue of Liberty.
16 national monuments, not like just statues.
think about how
anymore.
many are just in Washington, D.C. by themselves.
The Abraham Lincoln one, the memorial, the Statue of Liberty. That's 3. Give me 12 more. Klotz.
You got probably
14 more.
4 or 5 in Washington, D.C. You're gonna have the one in New York. There's probably so many.
You've named me 6. We're talking about 16.
Let's go. I'll look up how many national monuments are in the United States.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see. I could be wrong here, but I just feel like there's gonna be more than 16. Like I feel like they'd have at least one. Try to in every state except for like the New Hampshires of the world or Delaware's. National what? What is it? What would it be?
National monuments. National monuments. They're rare. We're not talking about just like
138.
Name them.
Yeah. We're not
Okay.
doing it.
Let's.
Are there 16 good ones that people know?
It looks like at Admiralty Island, African Burial Ground, Agate Fossil Beds.
Yeah, people would definitely know that.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying though. There's probably a ton that we're just not thinking about. So,
Klotz, you sound excited about this. Maybe I think
This guy's like
No, I'm
obsessed
just
with
saying,
national
as-
monuments. I didn't know you got off. I didn't know you got off on national monuments.
historian, Bill. Historian.
All right, fair enough, dude.
Might have had a 32 in Spanish, but I had a 79 in history.
Dude, the chat is wild and right.
Yeah, there are some here. Like someone said, Jomo said restaurants. I did write down fast food. I mean, that can kind of be restaurants as well. I'll put slash.
Mount Rushmore
Of shoes. Shoes.
celebrities or like rich people. Like just do
Yeah.
rich people and then just draft like Jeff
Mount
Bezos.
Rushmore of bad guys, like bad people.
I like that one
Yeah, that's yeah.
because that could get pretty broad.
Um,
These are some good ones, man. Right now, I have cartoon characters, sandwiches, cities, movies, vehicle, fast food, restaurants, bad guys. I'm starting. I'm gonna go get a bunch too, and what I'll do is on like Thursday, I'll just
I'm sorry. That's
that's a good one. I'll just text you guys Thursday, and you guys won't have a say in it. I'll just text you guys one, and you guys will have to just show up and be ready to go. And it'll just be like a random one. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, here we go.
that'd be fun.
Mount Rushmore of conspiracies.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be a really good one. Conspiracies. That's actually funny.
You guys, I know we're kind of like now just talking until 10. Do you know what I was thinking about that's coming up soon? And I actually watched it back. I watched last year's. One of the best moments, and I'm really starting to like get like missing football. I want football to be back like tomorrow. Dude, I watched the New York Giants Hard Knocks, and just when you hear the Hard Knocks intro,
Yeah, the music.
oh my gosh, dude. I was working the other day and I turned it on and I heard the intro and I'm like, I want football to
so
be here
sick,
so
bro.
bad, dude. Like so bad.
It's the worst feeling too when you get to like when you see the teams are like 8-6, like the regular season's just about over. And it's like the last 2 weeks where you're watching the teams, like they just don't give a fuck. And you're like, oh no, it's
You know, you have like your
fantasy
it's-
football season's over. Like
Yeah.
the best part of the NFL, I think, obviously the best part of the season is the playoffs.
I think September.
the most fun is like weeks 1 through like 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Because that's when like a lot of people are healthy. Like you don't know what it's gonna turn into. Everything's still alive.
I think college football week 0 and then into like the second week of September, third week of September. I think that's the best time of the year because you have been waiting for months and you've had no football. And then it's like all of a sudden you just have games from like Thursday to Sunday or Monday. And you're like, this is the greatest thing of all time. I love it. Like September's my favorite. It's my birthday month. Football is fresh, ready to go. It's just Saturdays. All I do Saturday morning is wake up, watch football. It's the best.
I'm just looking at these Mount Rushmores.
There's a lot of suggestions here. Superheroes is a good one. I'm just gonna have a big list here.
Mike Breen bang calls.
I don't know if we could do that. That's
There's probably
what?
16 of those.
yeah, but that's a tough one to be able to like put in a graphic, I think.
If you're a loser.
Colleges, I hate that. That could be one. A lot of these won't get used just because there's not enough weeks in the off season, but
Bust. Just like doesn't matter what sport, just like Mount
But
Rushmore. Like Jamarcus Russell.
yeah, I want to pull up PMT. I want to pull this up because they did a Mount Rushmore of things you say to your boys when you're drunk, and then they did it at the Beer Olympics with Will Compton and all those boys, and it's actually. Should I pull it up here, boys?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of funny, like this type of stuff, bro. If we're where I just lost it. Oh, here it is. This is good. All right, someone can share it if they want. Things you say to your boys when you're drunk.
I fucking love you, man.
Grab me one.
Can
I
get
love
a
the
hit of
one.
that?
I love the one there. Just thoughts. Thoughts.
What are we betting on?
Oh, dude. Here, let me scroll
Look
down.
at that chick.
These
Yeah,
are so good.
where are we going after this?
I really think QB name is gonna have a big year. That's
That one's
Want to go get some food? Like these are. So if we do something like this, dude, these are hilarious, man.
bro. Honestly, I mean, these are all. I like
Can I get a hit
Team
of that?
2, man. Team 2 cooked.
I think Team 1 actually won this one.
Look at that chick. Can I get a hit of that? Want to go get some food? And where are we going after this? I mean, those. I guess. I mean,
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
yeah, team 2, I think, takes the cake.
Here's it. Who won today's?
I
Team
think-
1 had 45. Team 2 had 26. Team 3 had 14 and 13.
Yeah, that's I
is
think
funny as
QB
fuck,
name
though.
is gonna have a big year. I mean, everyone in the chat, if you're drunk, you've talked football and spit some takes. Like you just
Oh.
have. You have.
Or you've heard, or you just sitting there hearing just some terrible takes. Like, what is this guy talking
I really
about?
think this guy's gonna have a massive year, man.
Coach Walk, that's a great one. Mount Rushmore of pickup lines. That's a great
that's
one.
a really good one.
That might be one very soon. That's such a good one.
This shit's gonna be such a fucking
College mascots, I like that one too. I would just do mascots in general because there's probably a lot of good mascots.
yeah, it's more broad. I like that.
So
Hey,
many
great-
good ones though.
Great show today, man. This is a fun show.
Good
It's a fun
talks.
Friday show, man. You guys in the chat, we're thankful for you. Have a great weekend. Have some fun. Stay safe out there because we need
Love
you
you
back.
guys.
Monday, 8 p.m. Be there. We'll be at Tyler Conklin's camp
Yes.
tomorrow, hanging out. It got moved to 4 now officially, but I cannot wait for it. It's a free event. If you're in the area, in the Macomb County area or just outside of it, it's at L'Anse Creuse North High School. A whole community festival, food trucks, activities. Bring your kids. If you have any kids that are into football, then sign them up still. You can use we got discount codes that you can reach out to me and I can give you to get your kid or nephew or whoever into the camp. But it'll be a lot of fun, man.
There'll be NFL players. They're doing an NFL player workout. The best wide receiver coach or trainer in the NFL is going to be there tomorrow, training guys like Tyler Conklin. I believe it's Malik Taylor from the Detroit Lions is going to be there. There's going to be a couple Lions guys. It's free, so just if you guys are in the area, is it L'Anse Creuse North, Jeff?
Yes, L'Anse Creuse North.
Pull up there. There's food trucks and everything, and there's going to be an NFL workout. The Route God is his name. He actually works with Justin Jefferson. That's his trainer. There's a lot of other big time players that he works with. Tyreek Hill. He's Tyreek Hill's trainer. He's going to be there, and he's going to actually put these guys through a workout, which I'm juiced. And there's some big time high school players there. I saw this Saline Court. Is there a Michigan commit?
Yeah, I saw Michigan commit. There's a Georgia commit. I saw
Georgia tight end's going to be there working out. So
yeah, there's a guy that's or has offered from Michigan.
There's a guy that has an offer from Colorado for you, Jeff, huh?
Shout out the Buffaloes, man.
Pull up tomorrow if you guys are in the area. It'll be a fun time. The boys will be out there.
All right.
Love you guys.
Also stay cool tomorrow, man. Getting some AC, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really hot
next
All
week.
Right. We will catch you. Much
Peace. Love you guys.